Hi, good afternoon to all of you. So I'm Rashid Yasin, and today we are here to have a small workshop related to history optional for UPSC mains examination. Clear? As you all may be knowing that this examination has almost more than 20 optional subjects, and among those 20 optional subjects, one of the most popular optional subject is history, and today we are here to discuss about the viability of history as an optional subject in UPSC mains examination and why more and more candidates are opting for history and they are coming out with flying colors with respect to history optional. So let us have a discussion about history optional in this workshop. Clear? First of all, we'll be discussing about the 5 major themes of history optional, and then at the same time we'll discuss why through these themes we will unfold that how history optional can be prepared by any candidate even from non-history background as well. Clear? So let us start with those 5 themes of history optional which has to be understood clearly so as to take a decision. Clear? How far history is scoring and viable as an optional subject for mains examination. Clear? So we'll be focusing on 5 important themes. The themes include, first of all, we'll discuss why to choose history as an optional subject. Clear? What is the need? Clear? Among the list of more than 20 optional subjects, why we need to choose history as an optional subject? Because decision plays an important role, because marks in your optional subject still remains to be decisive factor in qualifying the UPSC examination. Second is busting of some common myths related to history optional. Then we'll discuss about the approach to be followed to prepare history optional so that with minimum output we can have maximum output. And we will also discuss how to get ready for examination, what are all ingredients required to be prepared about examination, not only about content but there are other important nuances to be understood. And finally, how to achieve peak performance so that we can be in the club of the selected candidates, or rather the toppers in the list of UPSC examination. Because we all know that in recent times several toppers has emerged from history as an optional subject. Last year only there was all India rank 1 with history as optional subject, and how they have achieved peak performance. Clear? We'll come to that theme as well. So our discussion will be based on these 5 major themes, and all these things will unfold all the issues related to history optional and how far this subject can be preferred, it can be understood. So let us start. Clear? First of all, we need to understand why to choose history as an optional subject. Clear? Why not other subjects like geography, public administration, psychology, or any other subject? Clear? First of all, why to choose history only as an optional subject? We need to understand. Clear? First of all, I'll let you know that any subject that you choose, make it very clear, any subject that you choose for your mains examination, the first and the foremost criteria should be followed is your interest in the subject. Clear? Until and unless you have found your interest in the subject, latent interest in the subject, obviously you won't be able to read for long hours, and therefore it will become difficult for you to crack this examination or score high marks in history. Clear? So first of all, it is about interest, and believe me, interest does not depend only on reading books. Clear? Or generating interest forcefully. Interest is also generated in any subject because of teachers also. Clear? Because obviously the teachers really make the subject either scoring and interesting, or it can be not interesting as well. So obviously, clear, first of all, you need to generate interest with the teacher in order to understand the nuances of the subject. Clear? So first of all is your interest. That is the sole criteria to be taken care of. Don't go forcefully with any other subject in which you are not interested. Just because your friends have opted for the subject, it will not pay you. Clear? So obviously you need to introspect that which subject suits your temperament, which subjects you find it to be interesting, so that you can read more and more, and therefore you can score high marks in that subject. Clear? If you can generate interest in history, obviously there should be no second thought. You should always go with history. And believe me, it is highly interesting in nature, and we'll bust some myths also. That some myths include that it requires memorization of dates and figures. No, not at all. Clear? It is highly logical, highly conceptual in nature, and rather very understanding and understanding in nature. You don't have to mug up only facts and figures. It is largely logical and scientific. Clear? In fact, Marxist scholars consider history as a science. Clear? So obviously it's quite logical. It's based on concept. It's based on chronology and rhythm. And once you catch that rhythm and pulse, it will become highly interesting in nature. This is one thing. Another important thing with history is that you can get a right guidance in history optional. Right guidance always plays an important role. So obviously, clear, first important thing to be taken care is that you need to understand that it is highly interesting in nature. So subject is highly interesting in nature. It is always interesting to know about your past. Clear? So obviously what your forefathers did and how we have come to this place as of now. It is because of historical progress. Interesting in nature. Second important thing is guidance. Clear? You can get sufficient guidance in the subject, and if proper guidance is given, obviously the subject becomes more interesting, more scoring, and more promising in nature. So obviously, clear, at KSG, at this platform, you will get a proper guidance related to history optional, and that too, clear, with all coverage of topics and subtopics to cover the subject comprehensively. So second major issue is obviously guidance that goes in favor of history. Clear? Another important thing is that scoring pattern. Clear? Scoring pattern of the subject. Clear? Just understand one thing. This subject is highly scoring in nature. Clear? In fact, students have come out with good ranks with history as optional subject. In fact, many students has cracked this examination with top ranks due to the marks in history optional. Clear? So obviously, scoring pattern makes it clear. This subject seems to be highly promising. Clear? That this subject is highly scoring, and therefore many candidates have scored above 300 marks also. And since they have scored 300 marks, they have come out with very good ranks with history as an optional subject. Clear? So coming to, clear, looking into this pattern, I'll let you know. Clear? See, toppers with history optional subject last 7 years. Clear? Below is 7 years for toppers data who chose history as the optional subject in UPSC. And we have breakup of marks also. Clear? First of all, name of the candidate, Srushti Sharma, who scored All India rank 1 in UPSC examination last year only, and in 2000 when she scored 306 marks in history optional, and that was one of the major factor for her to be placed in rank 1 of UPSC examination. Out of 306 marks, she scored 150 marks in paper 1 of ancient and medieval India, and at the same time 150 marks in paper 2. Clear? So obviously it amounted to 306 marks, and that placed her on the rank 1 in UPSC examination. She is not the only one. There were other candidates in this list also. Rank 83. Clear? She was also from with history optional last year in her own batch only, and she also scored 300 plus marks in history optional. Coming to Rajat Upendra Ubhaikar 2020, 301 marks. Clear? 151 in paper 1 and 115 paper 2. Clear? So 300 marks in history optional. That is in 2020. Coming to 2018, Nidhi Savaj. Clear? She got 8th rank in 80s. Clear? That is 290 marks, 115 paper 1, 140 in paper 2. Then we have Chitra Mishra 2018, same batch, 300 marks. That is 139, 161 in paper 2. Paper 2, see the marks also. Clear? Then Aprajita Singh 2017, rank 40, 287 marks, 138, 149. Ishwar Kumar Kandu 2007, 316 marks. Clear? Look into this marks as well. Clear? 316 marks. Clear? 316 marks. Clear? Clear? That is 116 paper 1, 156 in paper 2. 316 marks makes a lot. Clear? In fact, this marks is specific that history can beat any optional subject in UPSC examination. And if this candidate can score 316, anyone can score, because obviously jinx has to be broken, and if you have a right strategy, 360 marks is not a big thing because we have empirical data that one candidate has already scored this mark. Then we have another candidate, Sandeep Singh, 2015, 257, 107 and 140 marks. And there are other candidates every year, clear? Every year around 1000 candidates, clear, opt with history optional in mains examination, and more average success ratio is more than 6%, clear? And that is comparable with any other optional subject in UPSC examination. So scoring pattern makes it very clear that this examination is very much tilted in favor of history as an optional subject, clear? So 306 marks, 301 marks, 300 marks, clear? 316 marks, 290 marks. What does this indicate? This indicates that marks in history optional has been very high. Students have scored marks in history optional, and that has placed them into top rankers list as well. And therefore, this optional proves to be highly promising in nature. Clear? Shruti Sharma in fact topped the list in 2021 with history as optional subject. Clear? So I mean to say that scoring pattern makes it very clear that if right strategy and approach is followed, this subject can be highly scoring in nature. Clear? So believe me, it is highly promising provided you have the right approach. Clear? After this, clear, let us move to another major dimension. The dimension is, first of all, to move to next major dimension, and that dimension is clear. So why to choose history optional subject? One was interest factor. Another major factor after interest factor was right guidance, and third was scoring pattern in optional subject. Clear? So coming to these factors again. So one was interesting in nature. Second factor is proper guidance in the subject available. Third is high scoring pattern. We have made it a point here. High scoring pattern of the subject. Okay. Next is after scoring pattern is that why this subject becomes promising for candidates to get through. It is basically overlapping with general studies. Clear? Very important point at this time. Clear? Overlapping with general studies. Clear? As you all know, general studies has become very vast. We have 4 papers to be prepared, and general studies in mains examination paper 1, there's almost 70% of the syllabus related to history only. Clear? Even social issues are largely guided by historical developments like communalism, secularism and other phenomena. So obviously paper 1 of general studies of 250 marks, out of that almost 150 marks questions are from history, art and culture. Obviously anyone who is having history as optional will have an edge over those topics of general studies, and obviously it will give a psychological edge to them because they would be writing this first paper in mains examination. So if they get an edge, that boosts the confidence also of the candidates to go with history as optional subject. Clear? So obviously overlapping with GS is another very motivating factor to go with history as an optional. Not only in mains examination, much more important these days is prelims examination, and out of 100 questions asked in prelims examination, almost 15 to 20 questions every year is from history. Around 15 questions were there in 2023 examination also, and believe me, the level of those questions from history was not of GS level. Anyone having optional always had an edge over those questions asked in prelims examination 2023. So with history, any candidate has advantage in prelims examination also, in mains examination also, because history occupies a significant chunk of general studies syllabus. Clear? There's one thing, history always helps you to write essay also, because one or the other philosophical essay will be asked which is largely influenced by history. Most of the statements from Mahatma Gandhi, a statement from Swami Vivekananda is asked, statements of Napoleon Bonaparte is asked. Clear? And all these things are covered under history optional. So obviously student having a historical background is able to attempt those essays in a much better perspective than other candidates. An essay always is again of 250 marks. History will help you in interview also in order to have a proper interpretation of past and to give proper interpretation of the present. Historical knowledge always gives you an edge. Obviously it can help you in interview as well. Clear? So history has got overlapping in all the 3 stages of UPSC examination, and obviously it plays an important role. And more so, you must be knowing our present government is largely working on revival of culture in India. Since cultural trends are being revived, clear, history and culture has occupied a central place, clear, in our society. Now, new parliament which has been constructed by our Prime Minister, they depict the culture of every state as such, and therefore cultural revival has become one of the major theme and focus area of the present government. This time the question was asked on National Handloom Day, and National Handloom Day started to commemorate the Swadeshi movement of 1905. So everything more or less is influenced by history, cannot be denied, clear. So obviously it leads to overlapping with GS, and that helps you to score not only history optional but in GS, both in prelims and mains examination. It helps you to write a better essay, and therefore all these factors makes a history a promising optional for all the aspirants, clear. So one thing is why to choose history optional. First fact is it's being highly interesting in nature. Second is the proper guidance. Third is high scoring pattern, and fourth is overlapping with the GS. These are major advantages, and I think all these advantages makes it very clear that if you have interest in the subject, there should be no second thought to go with this optional subject, clear. This is one thing to be understood, clear. This is one in the area. Now coming to the next major thing is busting of common myths, clear. Why we are emphasizing on this, I'll let you know. Busting of common myths, because there are some apprehension related to history optional because some myths prevail in the society or the market, clear. What are those myths prevailing in the market? We'll just understand, clear. First of all, busting of common myths. One major myth is that history has a large syllabus or a long comprehensive syllabus. So first major thing highlighted by candidate is history has a long comprehensive syllabus. This clear? Now first of all we'll bust this myth related to history, clear. See, first of all I'll let you know, don't go by the length of the syllabus mentioned in UPSC examination, because obviously UPSC does not discriminate among optional subjects. Why will UPSC have one optional have a very long syllabus and another optional having a short syllabus? Clear. For instance, I'll take an example in this case. The syllabus of philosophy is considered to be very small and as compared to history. Does it mean that history or philosophy has been given weightage by UPSC or advantage by UPSC? No. What is this myth that needs to be understood? Clear. There are some subjects which has both explicit and implicit topics. Clear. Philosophy has large number of implicit topics. Clear. When you do the philosophy of one scholar, you have to understand about the background of other philosophers as well. So even though explicitly there could be a short syllabus, but when you start preparing, obviously it becomes large in nature. Benefit with history is every topic has been explicitly mentioned, clear, and that is the best part is questions will be asked from syllabus only. So if you prepare the syllabus thoroughly, obviously you are getting to qualify this examination easily. So best part with history is there is no implied topics in history optional. Each and every topic has been explicitly mentioned, and therefore the syllabus seems to be large, but it is explicitly mentioned, and therefore nothing has to be prepared beyond the syllabus, unlike other subjects. Clear? So make one thing very clear, that don't go by the length, because history has been explicitly mentioned by UPSC, and that is the best part in fact by history I consider, because obviously if you are having this topic on face of it, you can prepare it and you don't have to worry that there are some inherent topics that have been missed out. Clear? So obviously, and if you look into previous year questions also, no question has been asked beyond the syllabus, because everything is mentioned in the syllabus itself. So obviously its non-comprehensive syllabus seems to be, but at the same time it is an advantage with history in fact, because that helps you to get confident about all the syllabus being prepared without any inherent or without any hidden topics. Clear? So hidden add-ons like this is a very dangerous thing. Here no hidden add-ons is there, rather it has completely explicit topics. Clear? Now another busting of myths is history it's about memorization. Clear? So another major myth is about memorization. You have to memorize dates, you have to memorize the names, you have to memorize the battles. Clear? See, one thing I'll let you know. Clear? Forget about all these things. If you start preparing for the history optional, you will realize the dates, the names are not at all important. What is important is the context and the concept. Clear? History is based on 3C. First is to understand the context, then the concept, clear? Concept, and then comprehension, understanding, 3C, clear? So if it is largely about context, concept and comprehension rather than memorization of facts, clear? They will not ask you about the date of Battle of Plassey, rather they will ask you what led to Battle of Plassey and what were the consequences of Battle of Plassey, clear? So obviously context and concept plays an important role, not the dates and figures. So forget about it. Answers has to be written in pure analytical fashion, and this analytical fashion does not mean that you have to write dates and figures. In fact, even if you remember, we recommend try not to write that, clear? Because obviously if you don't write that, you are showing your analytical skill, clear? So don't write the dates and all. Please have this clear. You don't have to memorize those dates and names. It's only about the broader understanding with conceptual and contextual clarity. This is the big myth that needs to be busted, clear? Apart from this, clear? This is clear. Next important myth that is there related to history optional is it takes a long time to prepare. Long time to prepare. Again, I'll let you know. Be it any optional subject in UPSC examination, no optional subject can be prepared within 5 months. It requires minimum 4.5 to 5 months, and same goes with history also, clear? 4.5 to 5 months are required to prepare for history optional, and therefore, clear, if you prepare history optional, start preparing, it won't take much time. More so, if you have taken guidance from some institute like us, clear, it will be prepared within 3 months only. Here only I just want to make it clear, we are offering history optional as video classes, and these video classes you can watch even 2 videos in a day. Obviously there are 110 videos, and 110 videos divided into 2.5 hours each, that is 275 hours, that covers ancient, medieval, modern and modern, clear? At this and world history, and all this can be prepared within 55 days, not more than that, or at max 100 days, that is more than 3 months, clear? And therefore all this can be done within a short frame of time, and you are done with your history optional. Moreover, clear, this video classes will help you to understand every nuances, because it is directly from the class, along with class notes would be provided to you in printed form, so that you don't have to write also, just keep on marking that, and everything would be done in that class itself, clear? So obviously no long time to prepare. It can be prepared in 2 months also, clear? It depends on you, because everything will be at your own command, clear? So this is one another thing. Another important thing about busting of the myths is that history is not scoring in nature. Sometimes back there was a view, but we had made it very clear. We have given some empirical data for that. The success ratio of history is more than 6% every year, and that is as compared to any other subject highly scoring in nature. And we have given some data also scoring candidates like Shruti Sharma and other candidates who have scored very high in history optional, more than 300 marks, and that have placed them in the list of toppers in UPSC list, clear? So these are some common myths that needs to be busted clearly in order to understand that history is highly promising in optional subject. Now these were the 2 major generic things that needs to be done, that is why to choose history optional, and then some myths to be busted, clear? Now coming to the more specific thing related to preparation of history optional, and that is approach, clear? So now coming to the most technical thing, what should be the approach to prepare history optional, and that too our effort would be to ensure minimum output and at the same time maximum output. So with minimum input, we need to emphasize on maximum output, clear? So how to ensure this thing, that with minimum output we can ensure maximum output in history optional? Just understand, clear? It needs to be understood. History optional is divided into 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2, each paper of 250 marks, asked by UPSC. Paper 1 has ancient and medieval India, paper 2 has modern India and world history. Clear? So these two things are there, two papers has to be prepared. Clear? Now coming to paper 1, ancient and medieval India, all the syllabus topics and subtopics which are mentioned in paper 1 needs to be prepared thoroughly. Clear? And therefore for your convenience I am telling you, we have covered every topic and subtopic mentioned the syllabus chronologically, and that will be given to you in notes also, so that while going through the videos and notes you would be able to prepare the subject easily. Clear? So nothing would be left out, and therefore you would be able to complete medieval, ancient and medieval India. But here, clear, coming to examination pattern, in paper 1 of 250 marks, clear, question number 1 and question number 5 are compulsory in nature. Clear? Question number 1 related to section A is related to map entries, and question number 5 related to medieval India is related to short notes. Clear? So 5 short questions will be asked of 10 marks each, and you have to write short notes that will be covered in the class. Clear? Now one important thing that really decides the marks in paper 1 is map entries, because it is mathematical in scoring. Clear? You can score 40 plus also out of 50 marks in map entries, and if you score 40 marks in single question, obviously your score will not be less than 150 in any case. And if you score 150 plus in paper 1, you will surely score 300 plus in paper 2. So everything depends on map entries. Clear? If you are able to solve map entries properly, believe me, clear, no one can stop you from scoring less than 150 marks in paper 1, and you are there in the list, I can assure you. So this is one important area to work upon, and believe me, clear, no one has worked on map entries in the market except me. I'm telling you with confidence. Clear? Because there's only one work in the market available. You can consult with other history students also, optional students who have qualified the examination. Clear? There's only one work available on map entries that has been written by me, and that work is Map Entries for History Optional, in which we have developed scientific technique to solve all the 20 entries asked in UPSC examination. Clear? And therefore that book, clear, I'll let you know, we have that book available. Clear? See, this is the book, Map Entries for History Optional by Rashid, Yasin, clear, published by GK Publication. 2 editions has already done well. We have come out with 3rd edition also, Map Entries for History Optional. It covers more than 500 sites, clear, and nothing is asked in any year beyond this book, clear. And not only this, we have not only given sites, I have also given descriptive notes also, because apart from identifying the 20 sites mentioned, you have to write short descriptive notes of 40 to 50 words, and we have given those descriptive notes also. No other work is available in the market except this work on map entries, and that is the most decisive thing in optional subject, history optional. Clear? Now, how we have followed this approach? Clear? After giving this profile, clear. See, the question is highly scoring if the right approach is followed by candidate. This work contains more than 50 map entries in the first edition only. We have added every year's previous question also with descriptive notes in a concise and lucid form. In this way, the book will properly cater to the requirements of candidate to score high marks in history optional. This book is updated with the latest solved question related to map entries. Clear? And therefore, this history optional subject becomes very important because of this work. Clear? Now, coming to this work, clear, look into the comprehensive nature. This is the content of this book. Clear? Content means hominid fossil sites, then Paleolithic sites. We have 5 map entries on Paleolithic sites, then 3 on Mesolithic, then we have 5 again on Mesolithic, Neolithic, Indus Valley sites, then Chalcolithic sites, ancient capital, inscription sites, major rock edicts of Ashok, pillar edicts, Ashok inscription for famine relief, rock cut caves, ancient port cities. In fact, in prelims this time the question asked on Dharni Court. Dharni Court is mentioned in the map entries only, which was asked in prelims 2023. Then ancient cities and trade centers, temple sites is asked, clear? Then temple sites, painted grave sites, then Buddhist sites, Northern Lake Polisbury, ancient capital again, UNESCO World Heritage sites also have given, clear? We have 3 major maps of UNESCO World Heritage. We have 40 sites as such in India. Then at the same history optional solved papers till 2021. Look into this, clear? It covers more than 500 sites, and this is not the only thing, clear? What exactly we have done is we have followed a very scientific technique of grid pattern. Clear? Map entries cannot be done only by pointing the sides. Clear? You have to know the scientific technique of drawing the grid, because if you start drawing the grid, you will be able to locate the entries properly, and then you will be identify. Like Adamgarh in first site is a Paleolithic site. Clear? Madhya Pradesh. Atirampakkam, Tamil Nadu. Clear? Then Ajmer, Hakra Basin. This is the third one. Clear? Then fourth one is Anangpur. Clear? Fifth one is Didwana. Clear? Sixth one is Mughar Hills. Seven is Sabarmati Valley. Clear? All these are Paleolithic sites. There's only one. There are 5 such sites of pages given in the book. Clear? Obviously, if you follow, and in the classes, in video classes, we've explained how to draw the grid also, so that with this drawing of grid, you will be able to locate the sites properly, identify the sites, and after identifying, the next target is to write the descriptive notes. We have given descriptive notes also. Adamgarh, 30 to 40 words. Atirampakkam, Ajmer, Anangpur, Didwana, Mogra Hills and Sabarmati Valley. So all the sites that are there here, 7 sites, we have given descriptive notes on those as well. Clear? Nowhere you will find such a scientific approach to map entries that can easily assure 150 plus marks in your history optional. I can guarantee you. Clear? And therefore, no person has worked. Clear? See, it's not about talking big words. Clear? It's about showing some empirical data and works for this. Clear? No one has worked for such map entries. Clear? And therefore, it is in the interest of the students to look into this map entry, score 40 plus out of 50, and then score 150 plus in history optional paper 1. Clear? So descriptive notes as well. In fact, we have given previous year questions also. 2021 sites. Clear? 20 sites asked by UPSC. We mark the 20 sites and then we give them information that these are the sites. Atirampakkam. See, Atirampakkam was there. Again, I'll let you know very important thing to understand. In this book, Atirampakkam is located here in second number site. Clear? And again, I'll let you know. In 2021, Atirampakkam was asked only. Clear? This is the first Paleolithic site Atirampakkam asked here. Say one number. So from the book only you will get all the questions asked in UPSC. Atirampakkam is there in the R book only, and UPSC asked in 2021. Atirampakkam located here. And not only this, we have given information about these sites as well. Clear? So all the sites, informations, 30 to 40 words, Mehergarh, Daujali Heading, Ropar, Sogora, we have given all those sites. Clear? So meaning point is here, clear, that for 50 marks, that is question number 1, which is mathematical in nature, obviously will help you to score very high in history optional. And with me, because I have done the work on this map work, with me you will be able to understand the nuances, how to go about it, how to prepare map entries, how to write descriptive notes, how to draw the grid, how to identify the sites. Clear? This is one area on which I have really worked, and I really want to support the students on this front. This is one thing. Clear? Now, apart from this, clear, this is one thing, approach. So with minimum input, maximum output can be showed in paper 1. Clear? Coming to section B, medieval India, short notes are asked, and believe me, in our notes, clear, you will get, and in the lectures also, all the short notes like Kalhans Raj Tarangani, temple architecture of Cholas, clear, then market reforms of Alauddin Khalji, then cultural developments under Krishna Deva Raya in Vijayanagar. We have done them elaborately, and in our notes we have maps also given, so that with those maps you will understand how these developments continue to take place, because it is not our material is not monotonous in nature, because it includes maps in between to understand things in proper perspective. So with this approach, clear, you will get to know how to approach history optional paper, what to do with map entries, what to do with short notes, how to appear question. You have to write 5 questions together, 2 questions from ancient, 3 questions from medieval. If you write 3 questions from ancient, 2 questions from medieval. In the classes I had discussed how to go about it, whether to write 2 questions from ancient India or 2 questions from medieval India. Clear? It all depends on scoring nature, and in classes I had discussed that obviously you should go with medieval India, because that is very important, and in fact you have to write 5 short notes, so medieval India has to prepare thoroughly. Clear? In ancient India, map entries will really save you. Clear? And you have to write only 1 question thereafter, and 1 question can anytime be written from Indus Valley, Vedic age or Mauryan Empire. This is quite predictable in nature. Clear? And therefore paper 1, you will come out after writing 5 powerful answers, power packed answers, and no one can stop you scoring more than 150 or 160 also in paper 1. This is the approach whereby we can ensure minimum output and can ensure maximum output as well. Clear? So this is one thing, that is paper 1. Now coming to paper 2. Clear? Paper 2 comprises of modern India and world history. Clear? Modern India is largely interpretive in nature, and in modern India, historiography plays an important role. Clear? And believe me, historiography cannot be prepared by one or two sources. Historiography requires multiple sources, and here comes the role of an experienced faculty with you. Clear? That can save your time and energy. For instance, clear, take the case of Battle of Plassey. There are different opinions by different scholars. Clear? That is, for instance, K.M. Panikkar says it was not a battle but a betrayal in which rich bankers of Bengal sold the Nawab to the British. Clear? So obviously all these different perspectives related to major developments in modern India needs to be discussed. There's another perspective, British conquered India in a fit of absent-mindedness. Clear? So obviously all these quotations, all this historiography, views of historians has been discussed in the class and has been given in the notes as well, so that all this historiography are written by you in your answer to make it really powerful and power-packed answers. Clear? Similarly, world history is very straight in nature, highly scoring in nature, and from world history we have covered everything from Enlightenment till the end of Second World War and US ascendancy in the world. This is the syllabus. Clear? And in that we had discussed about all major concepts like communism, capitalism, socialism, fascism, and other important domain as well. So world history quite scoring in nature, and world history has been covered topic by topic. Nothing has been skipped from the syllabus. Clear? And therefore if you go through those videos and with class notes, you don't have to give any effort to prepare notes also. Keep on marking in those notes also, because that is direct dictation from the class. It has been properly synchronized, and that is why with minimum effort you will be able to prepare optional within short time, that too effectively, and that will ensure a maximum output as well. Clear? So obviously all this can be done with proper approach. Clear? This has to be done. Now apart from, clear, once you cover the history optional with minimum input and you assured maximum output, now the next challenge is how to get ready for exam. Clear? So next major theme is how to get ready for exam to write mains examination with history optional. Clear? After the content is prepared, map entries is prepared, every topic and subtopic is prepared, now the next thing is to get ready for exam. That is going to another higher level. And now getting ready for exam is not only about covering the syllabus, it's not about attending the videos only. Clear? Not only about revising the notes. Now the next target is to tune your preparation according to questions which are asked in UPSC examination. Clear? So you have to reorient, you have to tune yourself, you have to make your preparation tailor-made so as to translate your knowledge into effective answer. This comes the real challenge. Clear? Because obviously having all the content in the mind, clear, you will have sufficient content after completing the course. The real challenge is to translate that content into effective answer, and that will only prepare you to be ready for exam. So how to get ready for exam? First thing is, now you have to transform your knowledge and information into power-packed answers, and this can be done only after looking after previous year questions of UPSC. Not only looking previous, everyone will say you to look into previous year questions of UPSC, but clear, no one will say you that I'll provide you the right answers and approach how to frame the answer, so that you can understand that you have the content, but you have to orient your content in this way so it has to prepare a powerful answer. Clear? So obviously everyone will say you to practice previous year question. Okay, even if you write previous year question, how will you know that you are on the right track? Clear? Right track. You can know only when you know that this is the right answer, this is the right approach, and I need to follow this approach, then only okay I can be on the right track. Clear? And for this, clear, you need to go through all the questions which has been asked in UPSC examination. I would say not only 5 years or 10 years as it is said in the market. I would say complete all the questions and answers of UPSC since 1979 when UPSC introduced mains examination, and since 1979 till to present time all the questions which has been asked by UPSC Institute Optional needs to be prepared by you, so that you are not having any surprises in examination hall. Because since you have prepared almost 1000 question and answer, clear, do you think that there will be something new? There will be different question, but almost more or less with the same component, clear, and there you will reorient because you know about the answers also, clear. And keeping in mind this perspective, I have authored 2 books separately on previous year questions and answers of UPSC. Clear? Previous year question answer UPSC means that paper 1 including ancient medieval, paper 2 modern and modern India and world history, strictly according to UPSC pattern. Clear? That will make you ready for exam. Clear? Coming to those books also, very important, that needs to be understood. First among this is the ancient history optional, ancient and medieval history for UPSC and State Public Service Commission examination. Previous year UPSC solved papers 1979 till 2022, till last year. Clear? In fact, it is the updated second edition. First edition performed really well. Then I went for second edition as well. Clear? And in this work, I'll let you know, we have discussed the pattern also. Clear? And what is the pattern? The book deals with history optional questions that have come in UPSC examination from 79 to 2002. Since UPSC started means examination, that is 42 years, 43 years. Clear? The answer to each and every question has been conceptualized with minutely keeping in mind the demand of the question, expectation of UPSC while evaluating the answer. Clear? In any examination, time management plays an imperative role. Accordingly, we have structured the answer that are lucid and condensed and would be very handy for last minute revision also. So it will help you to last minute revision. We hope this book will help the student to grasp the subject of history in a practical manner and facilitate them to comprehend why and how behind every historical episode. Clear? Conceptual clarity, contextual clarity. This is the purpose of this book. Clear? So 79 2002, and not even a single sentence or single answer is cut and paste. Every answer has been drafted by me, because with all proper care. Clear? Now coming to see the syllabus. Strictly according to UPSC syllabus. Clear? The syllabus of ancient days, sources, prehistory, proto-history, Indus Valley, megalithic culture, Aryans and so on. Themes in early cultural history. Medieval India, early medieval India, cultural traditions, 13th century till 24 topics. So 24 topics are there in paper 1, and strictly according to UPSC pattern only, I have drafted the book. Clear? Now coming to the question, take for example sources. The first topic only, that sources. This was asked in 1996. Clear? Since the question has been asked, I have taken all the questions. Clear? So on sources, for the first time the question was asked in 1996. The question is, ancient Indians had no test for historiography. The scholars cared more for religious and spiritual philosophical studies. Indian historiography is essentially an Islamic heritage. Comment upon this statement with a special reference to the contemporary writers and the works which helps us in the reconstruction of history of early medieval period of Indian history. Clear? Answer. Proper answer, proper introduction, then the proper body, then at the same time coming to the proper body, clear, and then conclusion. Clear? So see the conclusion. On account of these references, it cannot be said that early Indians lacked historiography and were merely focusing upon religious, spiritual and philosophical studies. They are also indeed identified as the reconstruction of scientific, political and economic norms in ancient India. Clear? In this way, you have to conclude the answer. Clear? Every answer has been tailor-made. It will help you to understand how to formulate the answer and will make you ready for examination. This is one thing to be done. That is very important. Clear? This is again, apart from paper 1 of ancient medieval, we have volume 2 on modern India and world history. Again, previous years 1979 to 2022. Here also we have covered the syllabus given by UPSC. European penetration to India. We have 15 topics including post-independence in modern India, and then we have still remaining topic 27 topics in world history. Strictly according to UPSC syllabus. Clear? All these areas has been covered in this book. Clear? So European penetration to India. On 23rd June 1757, the Middle Ages of India ended and her modern age began. Clear? The advent of modern age India has been a subject of much debate, dated from Anglo-French conflicts in 1750 onwards to the Third Battle of Panipat in 1761. The Battle of Plassey on 23rd 1750, however, emerged as the climax of transition from medieval to modern age. This is the way you have to formulate your introduction. Clear? And then the body will continue, and then the conclusion. Clear? In in view of these implications, thus 23rd June 17 can be considered as culmination of medieval ages and the advent of modern age. And it was 10 marks question. Clear? So 10 marks question, 100 to 125 words. You have to write in this condensed form. Clear? So every answer has been condensed according to the demand of the question and examination, and this has to be done. More than 600 questions, clear, are there in one single volume. So you will be completing almost 1200 questions from what this works, and I think you won't require anything beyond this. At the same time, if you want to practice more, I have given some questions on my side also, and there's a third book for this practice session, and that is complete history through question answer. Clear? 600 plus question answer, and again here, clear, all the topics of UPSC examination, and then all the topics of world history, and then the question also. Clear? So questions as well, answers as well. Clear? So all these things are there. So meaning thereby, clear, that if you prepare all these books, all these answers, do you think that anything would be left to be covered in history optional? Nothing. Clear? And with this only, I'm telling you, you would be able to attain maximum output with minimum output, a minimum input, and at the same time you will be ready for examination. So this is the way to get ready for examination. This is the next important thing to be done. Clear? And all the things would be done easily. You can get these books from here also. You can get the books online also. You can get the book offline from shops as well. Clear? Meanwhile, coming to the last major theme, and the last is how to achieve peak performance in examination. Clear? So now we are going to discuss about how to achieve the peak performance. Peak performance is scoring 300 plus in examination. Clear? Now, in order to achieve peak performance in examination, the last major thing to be done is you have the content with classes, you know the pattern of questions also, you know how the answers are formulated also. Now you have to start on your own the writing practice as well. Clear? Because until you start this writing practice, you won't be able to achieve that peak performance, that is performance up to amounting to 300 plus marks in mains examination. And for this you need to do sufficient writing practice as well. Clear? And if you do writing practice, not only this, you need to get it evaluated by some experienced person who can guide you where to work upon in order to improve your skill, in order to improve your performance. Clear? And therefore I am there to help you out in writing practice as well. Once this is done, if you want to write, obviously, clear, you can write the answers and you can post it to me. I'll evaluate the answers, and answers will be given back to you with proper review and feedback according to UPSC compatible standards, so that you are able to understand where to work upon. Clear? And with certain effort given to those areas, obviously you will be able to write up properly or near perfect answers, and with this near perfect answers, your performance will reach its peak and you will score more than 300 plus in UPSC mains examination. In that, writing sessions also will be helping you out. Clear? Will help you how to improve the writing skill. I can help you how to write answers, how to understand the commanding words in the question, how to identify the keywords in the question. Clear? This is an important aspect, and this is the last thing to be done in history optional in order to enhance your marks. Clear? All these factors combined together will ultimately place you on the top rankers list or in the club of top rankers of UPSC. And history being one of the most popular subject, most interesting subject, most scoring subject, can be prepared at ease. Clear? And we are making it more comfortable for you to sit back at your place, and with this limited time you can just watch the video, have the notes that is directly from the class notes, keep on just marking on that. Once this is done, your topic is prepared. You can watch 2 videos also in a day, so that if it is 110 videos, it can be completed within 2 months also, and the work of history options done. After this, then you can revert back to question and answer books of mine. Clear? With this question and answer books, you will be able to understand how to transform that knowledge into effective answers. And the last thing is, you have to start writing on your own, and we will evaluate the answer for you, and I'll give you the real feedback how to work upon to achieve the real performance in UPSC examination. This completes the process. Clear? This completes the process without any loopholes, without any gray areas, and therefore when you will step into write UPSC mains examination, you will step in with huge amount of confidence to write any question that has been given to you by UPSC. This needs to be understood. These are important things to be understood about history optional. Clear? So we had discussed 5 major themes. Why to choose history optional? We have busted some common myths related to optional. We had discussed the approach to how to ensure minimum to maximum output. And here comes the video classes, because with minimum input, maximum output could be ensured. That too within a limited time frame, and that will help you to prepare optional sitting back at your place without taking any extra effort. Clear? So we are making things much easier for you to make things easier and sit back at your place, prepare history optional within 2 months and get free from the challenge of preparing optional. Clear? Then how to get ready for exam. We had discussed about the questions also. Even map entries book will really help you out, and all these books are available online also. Amazon, Flipkart, all these books are available through GK publication also. Books available on bookstores also. Clear? And when you can contact here also, we'll make the books available for you. And then how to achieve peak performance, that is the writing practice, nuances. Clear? All these things are important related to history optional. Clear? Now, normally I'll let you know, many students ask what are the book list for history optional. No need. If you watch the videos, you will realize I have given the crux of every book. Clear? In modern India, how many books will you read? Bipan Chandra, or you will Sumit Sarkar, or other books like Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, or other books, so on. Clear? No need. Clear? I have read those books for you, and I have given them everything in the classes that would be delivered to you in course of time, and therefore nothing to worry about the course materials and all. The material that would be given to you from here, that is directly the class notes, and therefore no unnecessary things. Clear? Directly take the class notes, start watching the videos, start marking them. Obviously the work is done. Clear? This has to be done. So everything in our full ready-made package would be given to you under this course, that is video classes, then continuously again video classes along with discussion, then at the same time the study material, that is directly class notes, books you can purchase. Clear? All the 3 books including map entries, and then you can start looking to previous year questions also. Meanwhile, at the same time, when you start writing practice, I'll help you out. Clear? At the same time, don't think that it's video classes, then how will you connect with me? I'll be having mentorship session regularly with you. Clear? Even whenever a sufficient chunk is done, obviously I'll have a mentorship. Clear? Mostly I'll try fortnightly only to have a mentorship session with all of you, so that whatever questions are there in your mind, you can just put those questions before me, and on tab here, only from here, I'll answer all your queries. So don't feel that you will be not in touch with me. I'll be in regular touch with you through constant mentorship program, and through constant mentorship I'll give you all really ingredients and really boost your preparation from time to time, and meanwhile you keep on watching all the class videos. Clear? So obviously we'll be doing all these things for you, and will be helping you out to how to go about with history optional. So it will be on your tips, sitting back at your place with all the videos on your command, and at the same time with proper synchronized study material, along with important books like map entries and previous year questions, with regular mentorship from my side. And when you start writing practice, regular review and feedback on your answers from UPSC compatible standards, and that all thing being done by me. It's clear? And all the topics in world history option has been covered by me alone. There's no sharing of topics and all. Ancient, medieval, modern, world history, all the 4 sections I have done only on my own. There's no sharing of the topics, so don't get worried about this. Whole optional has been taken by me itself. It's clear? Okay, so this is the way to prepare. So I'll be providing you regular mentorship, regular in touch. Clear? You won't find any problem, and believe me, since these are class notes and questions has been raised in classes also, I have answered those questions also, which would be visible to you, which would be audible and visible both to you, and you will be able to understand. Most of the doubts will be cleared there only. And if you have some doubts, clear, I'll be in touch. I'll give you my number also. Clear? And therefore you can ask the questions anytime. You can WhatsApp me. I'll just respond to you. Intraday response will be given to you. Clear? That I can assure. And apart from this intraday response, obviously mentorship will always be there for you. I'll be there every time guiding you how to achieve the best performance in history optional. So with this, I'll just wind up this session. I hope clear you have understood the nuances of history optional, clear. And if anything required, just contact me, clear. I'll help you out, and at the same time, clear, the KSG team will help you out, and we hopefully will start those course in the first week of July, and from the first week of July you will get all the videos together. Clear? Thank you and all the best.